Welcome back to this new inspirational video. Today I wanted to discuss the concept of getting into a drowsy, sleepy state, as Neville Goddard would say in many of his lectures and books. I think if we're not aware of the power our consciousness holds over the things we can create and manifest in our lives, we might consider this a strange suggestion. How could getting into a sleepy state help us manifest our wildest dreams? Well, first we want to understand the point behind doing this. That being us calming down the mind from all anxious thoughts so we can more effectively zoom in on what we desire to realize in our lives. Most people go through life with a very disorganized mentality, but if we can but organize and harmonize ourselves from within with what we desire to manifest on the without, that is when we will start seeing some magic happen. It is my understanding that if you go to bed at night in order to fall asleep somewhere, sometime, you will calm down enough mentally so that you will actually shift consciousness into another dimension altogether. If people have difficulty falling asleep, it's usually a sign their minds are not calm. They might be anxious about many things going on in their physical lives, but yet we want to create a wonderful life for ourselves, so we have to replace what's going on with us mentally and emotionally. The drowsy, sleepy state can be entered with this technique. When you are laying down, close your eyes and mentally focus on something that you would consider very positive. Something that would make you happy, simply by imagining it inside your mind. As you focus on it and start feeling the joy of the imaginative concept in your mind, that is when you can start shifting it towards something you truly want to manifest in your physical life. Basically, from that moment you are mentally approaching your dream from the right state of mind. You are not coming from a disorganized or anxious mind, you're approaching it with a happy, peaceful, joyful mind. In this calm state, both mentally and physically, before drifting off to sleep, it's easiest to catch the mood of fulfilled desires. Neville would write in one of his books that sleep is the gateway into the subconscious mind, and we should utilize it as such, if we are not yet able to affirm our own prayers when going through our normal everyday lives, where the senses might show us all sorts of contradicting ideas to what we would really like to be, have, or do. Now, I do this all the time in my own life. Now, sometimes I might forget to do it, but for most nights I don't. I simply lay down on my bed, I close my eyes, I focus mentally on what I desire to realize in my world. I allow myself to be filled entirely with the feeling of my wish fulfilled, and then I simply keep imagining all the wonderful things that I would encounter were my dream now a reality. And as I do this, I allow myself to drift off to sleep. The next day, or maybe within hours, I tend to have all sorts of new ideas or signs coming in from my physical world that my dream is manifesting, and that I am indeed getting closer to the realization of what I want. Now that is the true secret of getting into a drowsy, sleepy state. It is meant to make it easier for you to fill your consciousness mentally and emotionally with what you truly want. And therefore we should indeed start saying, "Isn't it wonderful?" to ourselves before drifting off to sleep. Because if you do this correctly, you can truly feel like something amazing has taken place, and you can feel that you are on the right track to something absolutely wonderful. Your future will be better than perhaps many years prior to this activity. Your mind will both attract and guide the way towards where you will encounter and manifest what you set out to achieve inside your imagination. The goal is to experiment with different techniques until you find one that truly works best for you in order to catch the mood of fulfilled desires, so that you are being led from the right state of mind. We no longer operate from the feeling of lack and limitation, but of joy and happiness, and then the rest will take care of itself. And with that being said, if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing to receive inspirational videos on a regular basis. And never forget, dear viewer, that we are the dreamers.